And at the very end, and we're live. Hello everybody, this is Vander Advent. Welcome back to Octopath Traveler 2. I did, quickly see where, the people I need to pick up, like the 3 musicians. I decided, rather than, like, literally go to every town and talk to all the NPCs, like, are you the magician? I think it's a magician again. I just mainly got the 3 towns. I don't remember who's who. What could this be up to? Remember what everything is. Oh yeah, this guy here, duh.
Watch me shine.
Go here then. Lane church. There we go, piano player.
Let's
Another one is in kennel drawing. Just hope you don't want me to have like all 3 of them in the party at the same time.
Oh, Partitio, you brought a musician for me. The preparations have been finished. Let's record. Bravo! Bravo! I've never heard such a passionate piano piece. I've listened to piano performances the world over, but never one so emotional, so moving.
all right. Only 2 more to go. I'll need to keep my eye out for another musician to bring by.
Oh, the preparation.
They're playing the same track.
Ah, what a calming melody. The guitar's tranquil notes match that sprightly melody better than I had imagined they would. I'm sure this piece will ease many a troubled heart.
All right, only one more to go. I'll need to keep my eye out for another musician to bring by.
Yep, and here we go.
I have...
Puppy dog eyes. Ooh, 15 to 30%. Oh, they're still there.
Let's get-
Where we go.
Oh, Partitio, you brought a musician for me. The preparations have been finished. Let's record. Fantastic! Sometimes soft, sometimes strong. The sweet sounds of sultry strings soothed my soul. This violin piece is indeed worth revisiting time and time again. Thank you so much. Equipped with a marvelous selection of songs, this device is now a truly marketable product.
Yep.
Strategically, I think it would be wise to sell it to the wealthy nobles and elite first.
But
Hold up there, fella. Why limit your consumer base? Let all sorts of folks enjoy your product. For example, a place where all sorts can experience this thing.
tavern?
Oh, how about putting one in taverns all across the land?
Oh, so we can just have one.
Taverns?
Oh,
Are you sure? Larger establishments could afford it, certainly, but it's too costly for your average local taproom.
Then why not cut out the recording part? Just sell the sound maker doohickey on the cheap.
ah,
That's a brilliant idea.
and you can then sell the sounds.
Everyone would leap at the prospect of easy access to song, whether it's a hometown ditty or a romantic croon. You bet your buttons customers will pour
It's
into
gonna be
any tavern sport one
do
of
what I
these
think it's gonna
contraptions.
do.
I can use that for my sales pitch, certainly.
Of course, once one of these is in taverns around the world, individuals will want one for themselves too, I reckon. If demand gets high enough, mass production and mass profit ain't just a dream. Picture this, fella. A world in which every household has their own personal music machine. That future may just be around the corner.
He already is for us.
What a fantastic notion. Partitio, I am so very glad our paths crossed. Oh, yes. If you're willing, I'd like to give you the honor of naming this product.
A name, huh? Playing it straight with music recorder ain't got no style. Phonogramic's kinda hard to say.
It's phonograph.
How about we switch it around and call it a
Oh,
gramophone?
gramophone, right?
A gramophone? Yes, yes, I love it! Now off I go to sell it in every corner of the realm!
Good luck, fella. I can't wait to hear it playing in a tavern near me.
Ooh, Kate's theme. Yes! Soundtest! More records from shops and townspeople. Ah.
Well,
Check it out. Yep, there it is. It seems like they have a rare liquor in stock. The bartender said it's a bit on the strong side. I'd be happy to give it a try. That's me, thanks. Oh, raspberry juice. Hope you don't mind us partaking in alcohol in your presence, Agnea. Not at all. I don't drink. I'm happy to spend time with folks who do. Everyone I know becomes so cheerful when they're drunk. You can see a side of them you don't usually see. Haha. You see the good in everything, don't you, Agnea? Now then, shall we raise our glasses in a toast? Cheers! 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 Well, delectable flavor. Indeed. I think I'll have another. Never took you for much of a drinker, Castti. Me neither. I thought you considered poison for your body. Everything in moderation, even alcohol. But perhaps you had a little too much. You have a distant look in your eyes. That's not true, Hikari. Uh-oh. Are you alright, Castti? Seems like you get pretty giggly when you're drunk. Okay, Castti, where are you going? It's so hot in here. Hey, go get some fresh air outside. Don't wander off, Castti! Help me! Hikari! You needn't worry, Agnea. On my honor, I swear no harm shall befall you or Castti this night. Hikari, is the liquor that's gotten you more serious than usual? There's never a dull moment in a tavern. Yeah, we got the sound test! But I gotta unlock all the songs! Can I, like, buy them in the shops? Yeah, like, I want to check out the shops around here. I need to get to level 37 so I can get his sword. Actually, what is his current steel raiders thrown in though? Will I ever be able to go back here? Oh wait, actually, maybe I can sail up there with the boat. Yeah, like I want to get to like to that level range of like 30. Ah, there we go. Here's something. All right.
I'll take it.
Dude, hunting all those down. Yeah. It looks like there's gonna be one of those in like every starting town, I think. I just love that. Okay, let's start the story. Let's see.
So this is Sai. According to my treatment log, I've been here before. Perhaps something in this place will help unlock the door to my memories.
Help! Someone! Anyone! My friend is wounded! Someone help him!
Yeah, let's go to, like, the medic tent.
What's going on?
Damn. Again?
It'll be someone else's turn next. It's been tit for tat.
May I ask what's going on?
Fighting, lady. With the soldiers of the town over yonder. Folk living in this neighborhood are outsiders. Immigrants. We don't have much to live off of.
Anyone who wanted to make a good life for themselves used to head to the next town for work. All was fine, till a few years ago. Folks there suddenly decided we were undesirables.
That's the cause of the bloodshed?
That's the short of it, yeah. So my turn. Who are you, lady? You don't look like one of us.
Just a simple traveling apothecary. I seek only to give aid. If you have wounded, I will treat them. Where can I find that woman who was shouting earlier?
The hospital. It's in a hovel in the northwest of town.
Yep.
Thank you. I'll head there immediately.
Oh yeah, I gotta get your sword back.
How long are you slouches planning on lazing around?
They're not lazing, they're injured!
You know the rules. You don't work, you don't eat.
Master Edmund, please. I've only just staunched this man's wounds.
Spare me the sob story, Bone Mender.
Definitely sounds like an insulting nickname.
A man's gotta be strong if he wants to make it in this world. Gotta be a provider, you get me? You don't work, you don't eat. No excuses.
Excuse me, but if I may intrude,
Haven't seen you around here before. You got a problem with me? Speak up.
injuries need time to heal. He cannot work in his condition. He requires rest now. Exertion will cause his wounds to reopen, putting his very life at risk.
Boss, I can't.
Worthless. This is a waste of my time. Listen up, all of you. You got backbone, you come with me.
Ooh,
Out of my
pushing us
way.
aside.
Don't bother me unless you can hold a sword.
I can hold an axe! If I give her the right job, she can hold a sword. Thank you for giving us our very obvious chapter villain.
The pain. The pain.
These people are suffering. I must help them. I should speak to that apothecary.
Thank you for before, Miss.
Welcome.
Castti. I'm a traveling apothecary. May I offer my assistance?
It would be most welcome. There's more hurts here than I can tend alone. There. We've done what we can.
It's still too early to rest on our laurels. We'll need to burn the candle at both ends tonight.
Hold on.
Oh?
I was too busy to give you a good look earlier, but we've met before, haven't we?
There we go.
You'll have to forgive me if I don't recall. I've lost my memories.
I see.
I've been retracing my past, trying to discover who I am.
In that case, it's my turn to help you. Ask me anything. I'll be glad to answer.
Do I have to inquire her? Yep. Sai, still a apothecary. She has cared for its residents for quite some time. And I was about Castti before, and would like to help her restore her memory. Oh yeah, there you go again. Okay, that's actually really cool.
The pain. I'm not gonna make it. Forget me. Help the others.
It's no good. I can't see to all their hurts alone.
Oop, yep. There she is.
I heard this town had troubles, but yeesh.
Then our journey here was not wasted. These wounds fester faster than I anticipated. The desert climb, I wager.
Just like the chief said. Good thing we came prepared.
Excuse me, who are you people?
Ooh, there we are.
Heirs Apothecaries. We're here to help.
Heirs Apothecaries?
Chief!
I've done what I could.
We're the chief.
The rest is up to you, Chief Castti.
Oh.
Chief? Was I the leader of Heirs Apothecaries?
It was 4 years ago, if I recall. Not long after the fighting began. You arrived at the head of your apothecaries to offer aid to our wounded.
The name Heirs Apothecaries was anathema in Candlebrine. And yet, here, they're seen as saviors. Why?
Mender! There are more wounded on the front lines!
I think maybe part of it has to do with, like, geography. Because when we were in Candlebrine, you're hearing about Heirs Apothecaries. It said that they had this... I guess like you call a swath of destruction over on the East Continent. That's where apparently all the bad stuff went down. And as like, a coastal city where you have lots of people coming from the East. Yeah, they've heard these stories about all these places that had bad things happen to them after Heirs Apothecaries came by. But here we are, in the West, away from all of that. And so they probably haven't heard of anything that's like happened on the Eastern Continent involving Heirs Apothecaries.
Take me to them. I'll see to their hurts.
Wait, there's no need to risk your life for us. You're here to reclaim your lost memory, right?
I am, but healing those in need is my mission and my creed.
Castti. Thank you. I'll leave the front lines to you and see to things here.
Alright, Castti, it's just me. Are you looking worn out? I appreciate the concern, Partitio. Physically, I'm healthy and whole. My memory, on the other hand... Don't push yourself too hard, you hear? Those are memories? I can't imagine how hard that must be for you. I can't say. There's still so much I don't understand. It's like there's something right in front of me. I can only see its shadow. Isn't it odd to be so distressed by something that doesn't exist? Maybe. If it doesn't exist, you wouldn't even know to let it bother you. With amnesia, my very void is what absorbs all my thoughts. It's like there's a huge hole in me. I feel an inexplicable sense of loss. I'm having trouble picturing what that's like. Wait a sec. Come to think of it, I don't remember what I did last night either. Really? My memories there, at least, are fresh and clear. After you down 3 full glasses of wine, you and I get into all sorts of naughty hijinks. Huh? We did! It's all blank to me! That wasn't enough for you, Mr. Wild Stallion. You just did that and that and... Whoa there! This is what happened last night. I'm dying to know. And that's what it feels like to lose your memory. I feel like Cassie was just egging him on there. We didn't really get up to anything last night.
I heard they were injured. Where are they?
Ha! None here. Not on our side, anyway.
Was there some mistake? A messenger came speaking of wounded.
Yeah, they're wounded. Enemies.
They're wounded?
I planned to really show them what for today, so we set up a little ambush. When what do you know? Huge patch of quicksand appears right as they were marching over. The fools all got swallowed up by the sands. Gulp. Serves them right. I could get used to this. Victory without even drawing my sword. Whoa there. Leaving so soon?
He's going over to help them.
Of course. Those people are in need of my aid, and so to their aid I go.
Like, and you'll go heal the enemy? No, he just let us go.
You think I'll just stand here and let you help our enemies?
No, it's just a little delayed response.
Stand aside or fight.
Alright.
Yeah, I want the skill on everybody.
There.
Yep.
I owe you one. Might. An icy wind. It has to be done.
Yeah, like I unlocked, for you, the expertise.
Impressive. It's over. I still have much to learn.
Now has the lead. And circle back around to being glad he fell behind from the prologue. So it wasn't that far ahead. Nice open area for cutscene.
Hello? Is anyone there? Please shout if you can hear me. Over there!
Found you! You move fast, girl.
Yeah, we do. I have a run button.
Shh! Quiet. That way.
And we're totally ignoring him.
Please, help me. I can't move.
Yeah, Edmund, there's the CCC
Don't move.
prey.
I'm coming. It'll be all right.
Hurry, before it gets back.
Before it gets back.
Stop thrashing. Strange. Everyone here seems terrified. Were they attacked?
Giant
This isn't
sandworm.
good.
Or like, not
At
sandworm,
this
but I
rate,
think
they'll freeze.
antlion?
You there. Yes, you. Bring me kindling. Anything that can make a fire. Water too while you're at it.
He's like, are you mad?
Don't spout nonsense. I'm not helping them. They're enemies. I ain't giving them a drop of...
Stop blustering and fetch, now!
She don't care.
Damn your eyes. Fine.
We're
Kindling
scary.
and water, right?
Thank you. These people owe their lives to you.
I was like them once. I was a soldier for the other side, living fat off my daily wages.
Ooh.
One day, a bunch of outsiders tried to move into our kingdom. Lots of kids. Well, we went in and sent them packing. King's orders. Didn't think much of it at first, just followed orders. But eventually I started thinking. Is what I got worth bullying innocents? Do I want to protect my coin that bad?
Oh, interesting.
Long story short,
Beaver?
I got real pissed off about it all. So I switched sides. You know what, Bone Mender? You're alright.
And you're alright too.
Takes a lot of guts to stick your neck into someone else's fight just to help folk. Watching you work, well, makes me feel like an idiot for fighting in the first place.
I'm a simple healer, nothing more.
I'm alive?
That you are. The others too.
My name's Griff. I command these soldiers.
Hello, Griff.
We were marching to battle when a terrible monster attacked. The ground turned to quicksand, and we were pulled
That's a
under.
sandworm.
A monster?
That sounds like a sand lion.
Oop, yep, antlion, sand
A
lion.
sand lion. What's that?
A beast that lives in the sands round here. Usually pretty docile. All the fighting must have set the thing off. Once one of them goes berserk, nothing to do but run for the hills until it calms.
Or even leave an axe.
But many of my soldiers are still back at our encampment. They're in peril. I must warn them.
Hold on now. You're too injured. I'll go.
As will I. Commander Griff, you're still too hurt to walk. Rest. Recover your strength.
Thank you.
Come on, Bone Mender. Time to go to someone else's aid.
Right there. Cassie, what happened to your arm? There's some sort of black bruising on it. This isn't a bruise, but the vestiges of some sort of malignant swelling. I know that much, but I can't remember when or where or how I got it in the first place. Do you think it's related to your memory loss? Very likely. Okay, this is actually important. Damnation, the origins of black and scarring are abnormal. It wasn't caused by injury or illness, if I'm correct. Rather, it must have been caused by some sort of unique and potent pharmaceutical, such as poison. That's something you would handle in your work, Castti? Standing apothecary is unlikely to ever use something so dangerous. I worry about what I may have gotten up to in the past. Keep your breath, Castti. Trust that you are and always were a good person. Serum.
Are you my next patient?
Here goes. How's that?
Time? There. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. My turn. A fire gift. It had to be done. I know
That's actually
no
a
cure
really
for
cool
you.
line. A fiery gift. Look at tight.
Damn. Were we too late?
Alright.
There's no one here. I can only pray they weren't caught when the ground gave way.
Help me.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Watch out!
Whoa.
Huh?
Down they go.
Ah! Ah!
Master Edmund!
Castti, watch this! I come up a dance that lets you glide across the sand. If I can master it, we'll all be safe from the quicksand. I call it the sand step. Sounds like a lot of fun. How do you do it? It's hard to walk on sand, right? That's because people try to walk their own way, ignoring where the ground wants to go. If you're moving harder, you can shift through sands then. Ah! Ah! Agnea! It's something twisted my ankle. There. It'll be alright. I'll be patched up in a jiffy. I'm sorry about this, Castti. Don't be. You're just trying to help everyone. I'll pass on learning the sand step. I appreciate the effort nonetheless.
Life is too precious
Trying
to
see if there's
risk.
anything around.
What to do? Axe attack! There! Sorry!
Double bed!
I'm feeling all better!
You're us.
Here I come. I'm sorry. For the pride of Ku.
Nothing else really here. Families, then. Everything's actually spaced out here. Oh, there's everybody.
You are a poison that must be purged.
Oh, my first
Now
strike.
it begins. How's this?
Now then,
That was actually an excellent good move to do.
the power of light! Here I go. An icy wind. I'm terribly sorry.
I'm just getting warmed.
I did chop as I down to the spear.
Here I come.
It's my turn now. Let me help.
I owe.
Well now. Forgive me.
Calling that out. I think I want to focus more on like the main jobs for now. Soldiers are.
So begin.
Now it be. I'm sorry.
You did it, Hikari! Incredible, Agnea. An icy wind. Has to be done. My journey will not end here.
Feel the sleepy is going. Are you gonna get that? I didn't.
Let's have ourselves a showdown.
It's my turn now.
Okay,
There! I owe you one.
Now it begins. I'm sorry.
Might. An icy wind. Now.
Working hard as always, Castti.
Is that different than scorpion?
I'm just getting warmed up.
Here I go. A fire gift. It has to be done. Now then. The power of light. I did it!
Like,
Prepare yourself. I still have much to learn.
You are a poison that must be purged. Alright.
The sleepies won't leave me alone.
I'm feeling all better.
I'm just...
You've got... Axe attack. It has to be done. Forgive me.
Poison hatchet.
I shall be your opponent. Here I come.
It's my turn now. There! I did it! I owe you one.
Here
Well now. This'll cool you down. Sleep. I know no cure for evil.
Kind of like lost where I was in the sleepies. Here's everyone.
Are you alright?
Somehow. This guy is too.
You're barely scratched. That's a relief.
Yeah. The sand lion's back there.
We need to pull these people out quickly. At this rate, they'll be buried alive. Are you well enough to help, Master Edmund? I'd like you to pull these people out and get them to safety.
Hold on. What are you planning, Bone Mender?
I'm going to have a word with that sand lion.
Do you have a death wish? Let me call for backup first.
There's no time. If it thrashes about again, every last person here will call these sands their grave.
But you'll
Here's a fun fact, Master Edmund. Apothecaries are trained in combat medicine. I can handle myself. Don't worry about me.
You've got some guts, Bone Mender. Leave these people to me. Just don't die.
I won't.
Thank you. Take care of them, Master Edmund.
Yeah, here it is. I gotta weave through them all. Fusing serum.
Stand aside or fight.
Time to shine! What to do, what to do. Naughty deeds earn me bitter medicine.
My turn.
That's stick, that's sword.
Yeehaw! Nice.
There we go, axe!
My turn.
Last one will be there! Yes!
Excellent. Axe attack.
I like how did you just go axe
It's my
attack?
turn. Whirlwind blow. I did it. I wasn't expecting that.
Yep, there it is.
Hello, Sand Lion. I'm sorry I have to do this, but I can't let you run amok any longer. Time for you to take a nap. I'll send you back to your nest. Now then. Whirlwind blow!
Nothing there.
My turn. This'll cool you down. Ah, there.
Ice.
My turn.
Two elemental weaknesses.
The darkness approaches. You've been exposed.
One of them is dark.
I'm
Lightning
just
or
getting
light?
warmed up. Shocking, huh?
So then it's light.
Now it begins.
Ah, nice, good guess.
Here I go. Hyah! Now then. Peacock strut! I'm feeling
Wait for
all
next
better.
turn. Yep.
Hold your horses. Don't mind if I do.
I'm just gonna use magic, so.
The power of light! This is my chance!
Yeehaw! Chop, chop, chop.
Might, no mercy, only pain.
No mercy. Only pain.
Poison slash.
My turn. I'll end this. My blood boils.
Hienka!
Hienka! Prepare yourself. My blade sings. My turn. My spear does not err.
Now then, you won't want to miss this!
For the light!
The power of light!
Here goes. I got more grit now. Yeehaw! Let's do it! Chop, chop, chop.
There we go.
Time to divvy up the earnings.
I'll be honest, Partitio's job definitely feels like the weakest, but yeah, I really just, instant DP. That's so great for burst phases.
I hope it's learned its lesson. The shaking stopped, and the sand seemed to have stabilized. We should be able to focus on rescuing those still trapped. Which only leaves the little problem of war to deal with.
Yeah, a little problem. Ooh.
Edmund.
He's like the aggressive commander.
I never thought I'd see the day you'd save my life. I had thought of outsiders only as threats. Locusts that devoured our food. Contributing nothing.
Oh, looks like we're gonna
But it
like, end
appears
the war
that I
anyways.
was badly mistaken. I swear to you that when I return, I'll make a proposal to the king himself.
Yay!
I'll beg him to let us lay down our arms and welcome your people as our own.
Seems I owe you an apology. And my thanks. If it wasn't for a certain nosy do-gooder's nonsense, I would have never opened my eyes. It's better to join hands as friends than raise arms as foes.
Yay!
I couldn't have said it better myself. I owe my life to your mercy and your valor. I won't soon forget it. You are one of Ayre's apothecaries?
Yes.
I heard they were a gang of scoundrels who murdered the sick under their care. It seems those rumors were greatly exaggerated. You saved the lives of me and my soldiers. On behalf of all of us here, I thank you.
I only did what was right.
I hear that you've misplaced your memories.
Yes, but
A rumor reached my ears not long ago that may interest you.
Ooh!
what sort of rumor?
It concerned Ayre's apothecaries.
Ayre's apothecaries. In other words, the association I was a part of.
Association you might have led.
If I speak with him, it may jog loose some memories.
That's how we get these inquiries. One village Ayre's apothecaries visited saw its residents collapse and die in rapid succession. Those who fled the village and survived reported seeing purple rain pouring out of a strange cloud above the village. Purple rain. Yeah. And we're not talking about the Prince song.
An empty village.
Purple pitter patter.
Wait. Rain. Purple rain?
Okay, very intriguing. Gonna get more, or is that it? Oh, that's a very shadowy.
They're all dead.
Very shadowy bonfire.
Dead. 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 Dead.
That's madness.
Rain! Storm! Keep on pouring!
Do you understand what you're doing?
Of course, Chief. I'm following our precepts to their logical end. Extending a helping hand to all in need. Isn't that right?
You wearing a plague doctor mask? How is this a helping hand?
This rain brings salvation.
Salvation through death?
From the look on your face, it seems you've remembered something. If you'll excuse me, I'll take my leave now. Goodbye, apothecary.
What was that horrendous rain? And who was that robed figure?
Was that air or something else?
I can't remember. Something terrible happened in that place. I'm sure of it. Some awful tragedy. And I need to remember.
The town of immigrants, Castti needs someone with knowledge of her past. Dark rumors swirl about Air's apothecaries. And Castti is haunted by disturbing images dredged up from deep within her. What lurks in the mists of her past? Castti must continue her journey to find out. Side route. Apothecary and Hunter. All the way over here, so yeah, I think I'll get like like the merchant and the scholar then after I finish Partitio's chapter here. And depending on how much time we have left, which no, actually I think I could probably also do Agnea's next chapter. Wow, this is the only business here. Partitio is on a journey to help bring prosperity and happiness to all those who suffering that devil named poverty. If they visit Clock Bank, Reese travels eastern continent. His eyes sparkling rise, but he still has opportunity. Actually, one other thing I want to do first, I almost forgot about. We got this broken bridge here. Canal Rhine Bridge. So I wanted to go over here, like, try to pick up one of the characters and bring it to, like, that quest guide so I can unlock that path to a clock tower. Like, I wanted to do this, but yeah. Since I'm going to that town, I might as well try to pick this dude up.
Let's have ourselves a showdown. I'm a crack shot. Hooey! All in a day's work.
Go.
Stand aside or fight.
Well now. An icy wind. Had to be done.
Yep.
My turn. My blade sings. There's no need for flattery. It'll rust my sword.
Oh yeah, those two actually have like the same. And there's a 10-point difference. And then there's Hikari.
May I have this dance?
Bring it on.
Thanks, Partitio.
I think I could just auto attack.
I know no cure for evil.
Only did a better minimum work tells Alexis got safety around him. Alexis around safety got himself scolding his boss. That his whole approach changed. He knows the true meaning of scolding. He just wants to be just like his boss.
Thank you.
Is this the only dude? There we go. Let's just see if what I did is right. This dude. Oh! Ah. I'm wondering if there's another way to get to the clock tower. Fudge! So that's there. Or like... Stage level 32. Don't think. All the extra stories. Does it then want me to find a way onto the water? Aha! Yeah. Is that pier down there? Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, so yeah, my first instinct is, oh, I just got to go rebuild the bridge. It's like, no, actually, find the other way there, I guess? See, down there we have, like, that dock. And over here we have another dock. Okay, now I'm just... Aha, here we go. That's totally useless. Here we plum. Stage level 44! Okay, wasn't expecting the dungeon to be that high. Maybe getting over there is enough for the quest, I guess? But let's still save before I go in there. Also, no one here can point it out. Yeah, this guy is actually the master, master of the Thieves Guild. He had the Thieves Gem. Oh, wait. What if I actually, guide you over there? Or... Be there at night. I want to go to, like, the Thieves Guild at night. I want to see what this boy has! Holds his own among adult thieves, and they time to speak in pilfering, so I know I never having caught him in the craft. Jason's the kind of harbor can never a vehicle, outside the Demi mind, you have no chance to shine at all. Why is this stuffed toy at level 50 while the actually good stuff is so cheap? What the heck?
I have a...
Shark's technique, still matter treasures, yes. More than 50 minutes heart.
Interest.
Still can't steal true love. Yes, I need to get that somewhere.
I have...
Just got enough. Oh, yeah, right here. calming stone.
I have a...
I think it kind of says something how I'd much rather, just like pay a little bit of money than just do a fight to get information from night people.
Woo, boy. Is this what all towns on the eastern continent are like?
There's a rock business.
It's a world
building
apart
here.
from what I knew back in Ores Rush. The scent of commerce. I could smell it on the wind. Now then, might as well stop gabbing and get to exploring this town.
Survival. Oh, we got another place up that way. Probably a building. But yeah, like this whole area is the biggest city in the east. So yeah, we got Rock Company office. We got the factory, which could be the dungeon.
This is unacceptable. You will pay, and you will pay in full.
He's telling this to a child.
Huh?
I can't afford to spare the leaves. I just paid taxes and I'm squeezed tight as it is.
Damned kids. Don't understand the way the world works. The Rock Company is kind enough to provide for you. That puts you in our debt.
The Rock Company?
You live in this town, you must pay taxes. It's part of our social contract.
You're talking to a child!
Adult or minor, there are no exceptions.
Oh, there aren't, huh?
You won't see a leaf from me. My younger siblings will starve without this money.
I don't want to have to break your knees, kid, but...
Jeez.
Whoa there,
Violence?
fella. I think I've heard enough. Extorting money from a youngster? You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
You got lucky, kid. But I'll be back. Everyone pays their dues, eventually. Remember that.
You alright, son? You earn all those leaves yourself? My hat's off to you. Run along now.
Thanks, yellow guy.
Yellow guy. Ooh. Who's that lady? Was she there the whole time?
You there! Yes, you! I saw the whole thing! Mysterious man in yellow coat chases off villainous Rock Company collector!
Ah, you're a paper girl.
Oh, what a scoop!
Yep.
I can see the headline now.
Excuse me, who are you?
Oh, my apologies. Here's my card.
Ori, Scrivener for the Delstead Times. Is this supposed to be you? You're a funny one. Why not just tell me who you are? I'm right here.
That's my business card is why.
Well, what's a business card?
Ooh.
Huh?
That's what this is called. Never seen one of these before. No one back in Ores Rush had use for something like this.
My oh my. I guess these aren't in vogue out in the West. Don't tell me you don't have newspapers either.
Nope.
Here you go. Today's Gazette. Give it a read.
Oh boy, so this is a newspaper. You here in the East have some wild ideas.
Yep.
Hey, thanks. I'll give it a read for sure. By the by, what's this rock company I just heard about?
Why, it's the enterprise owned by the world-famous business tycoon Rock Brilliant.
Wow, that is a name.
I thought it'd be tied to Mr. Rock somehow.
Mr. Rock? The Rock Company was established 8 years ago and grew at an astonishing pace. It's one of the largest business concerns in the world now. Everyone's heard of it. It's all thanks to the miracle of the steam engine.
Yep, here's all big buildings.
Steam engine? So Mr. Rock was right. The steam engine wasn't just a tall tale after all.
Provisions, textiles, you name it. This whole town runs on steam power. Even the distribution of our humble paper is all thanks to the power of steam. It's made the efficiency of manufacturing and transportation go up, up, up. Steam's caused an industrial revolution.
And it did.
Hooey!
Thanks to his timely investments, Rock Brilliant is now one of the wealthiest people in the world.
Timely investments.
Huh? What's with the gloom and doom face?
If he's making so much, this whole town should be wealthy and prosperous. So why do I see so many poor folk on the street corners?
He hoards it.
In this town, every industry and person who benefits from the steam engine is taxed. Even the poor have to pay a heavy tax burden. No one around here is willing to oppose the Rock Company.
I've made up my mind. I'm gonna go see Mr. Rock. There's something I've been meaning to ask him.
Excuse me. I didn't catch your name.
Oh, pardon. Didn't mean to be rude. I'm a traveling merchant named Partitio. Here, this is my business card of sorts.
This is my business card of sorts.
A silver coin?
Thanks for the info.
Time to do some digging.
Vagrant peddler, Partitio, censor, steam tycoon, Rock.
Oh, you're just going for sensationalism?
Good. I was right. My journalistic intuition never fails me. I can smell a big scoop on the horizon.
This is Mr. Rock's factory, huh? Guess he's making his steam engines here. Still, it's big. Too big to wrap my head around.
Wait, I need to run one more test, just to be sure.
Hello?
Theoretically, this should improve output efficiency by 400%.
That's a lot.
All we need now is a boiler that can withstand the high pressures and...
Can walk right into it?
Oh, there. You okay?
Sorry, I was just, thinking and...
Try and be more careful. Oh, by the by. You know where I can find Mr. Rock?
Not here.
Rock? You mean the boss?
It's just probably like how casual you are about it.
I'm sure he'll be in the company office. Now, if you'll excuse me. Increase boilerplate thickness by 4 times, and...
That fella's gonna walk right into a wall. Well, company office. Got it. I'll just have to go pay a visit.
There's that guy we just saw.
If I may intrude. Tax collection is going mostly according to schedule.
2 saves.
Raising the labor tax has increased our profits greatly. However, there is still room to squeeze more from this town.
Good. This town and all of the Brightlands have transformed thanks to the steam engine. But this is only the beginning. The steam engine will soon change the world. If we can mass produce these devices, global industry will advance by leaps and bounds.
I swear with the reveal trailer we saw, like a big-ass, like, steam train.
You truly are a visionary, sir.
Wealth is a very honest thing, you know. Its true value cannot be realized in the hands of the undeserving.
Oh, there it is, undeserving.
But once possessed by those worthy, it can change the world.
Howdy there. Name's Partitio, traveling merchant, at your service. Mind showing me to Mr. Rock's
He's
office?
asking, hey, can I see your boss?
Mr. Rock?
Sorry I didn't make an appointment, but I'm sure he'll see me if you give him my name.
I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you to pass.
Where's that guy again?
You again?
He came from the lower room.
I'm an old friend of your boss, looking to have a word with him.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but he is not on the premises. I suggest
like
you
you're
withdraw
lying.
for the day.
Does this make us go away, or if he honestly left?
Not here, huh? Shucks. Oh well. Sorry for the bother. Here, for your trouble.
What is this? A silver coin?
I'm really curious what we're gonna start doing now.
Now, I never said a word about going home. So, I might as well take a gander around the factory till Mr. Rock gets back.
He's gonna kill time by checking out his place of work. Oh, yep, and that's at the dungeon place. Ooh. Shameless audacity. Well done, Partitio. I ain't done nothing, have I? A noble person would have left quickly and quietly when told off in that manner. But you persisted, even went one step further by deciding to survey the factory. I feel there is much I can learn from your shameless audacity. Really, I am awestruck. Should I take that as a comment, or... Yes, of course. It seems that the secret to success is a combination of boundless energy and enthusiastic insolence. Through sheer reckless optimism, to reach your unheard of new heights. Perhaps the bold arrogance to assume you are always in the right is a necessary trait for those who wish to be successful in life. I'm getting the feeling those rosy comments of yours have some prickly thorns. Just your imagination. Wow, Cassie, you are savage! Actually, wait. I have to go in here now? Wow, only one person? Ah! Flashing blade.
So this is a steam engine. Steamy, huh?
Yep.
Guess that makes sense.
I bet it does.
Mr. Rock, you really are changing the world, just like you said. Oh, this one looks different from the rest. Is that smoke?
Uh-oh.
It's dangerous! Get away from there!
Where's that dude?
Are you alright? That device isn't finished, so,
Oh, I'm fine. Sorry to make a ruckus. Huh. Aren't you that fella from before?
I'm sorry. Have we met?
You know what? Don't worry about it. You said this ain't finished yet?
Oh, yes. Conventional steam engines are extremely difficult to produce. Crafting just one takes ages. That's why I'm researching and developing a way to simplify them for mass production.
Oh.
You had no idea what he's saying.
If we can mass produce the steam engine, the world's manufacturing capability will expand tremendously.
Oh, more goods means more business.
That's right. Prosperity for all, and all shall benefit. That's my dream.
I think I've taken a shine to you, fella. I'm with you all the way.
Really? Thank you so very much. But there's still a problem. We need to drastically reduce costs to realize our dream of mass production. However, I'm worried that compromising on quality will result in dangerous boiler safety issues.
Yep.
Worst case scenario, kaboom, huh? Like what just happened?
A lot worse.
Precisely. Accidents like that will only cause promulgation of the engine to screech to an ignominious halt.
Yeah, because like I've seen the Mythbusters, yeah, because it's like what happened there, just all the steam getting out like that. That was like honestly, not that bad because the steam is just getting out. Yeah, because it's if you have like a steamy pressure vessel like that, the steam getting out is a lot worse than the whole thing exploding. Just like a hot water heater, just boom. Yeah, that would be terrible.
In short, you needed cheap and safe material to make your doodad with, right? It shouldn't be a problem for me. I'll find you a supply straight away.
You will? But how? Who are you?
Partitio, traveling merchant at your service. I hope you don't mind me lending a hand to make your dreams come true. Boiler material, huh? Just any metal won't do it, that's for sure. Cheap, durable. I should ask around at the arms and armor shops in town. I'm getting more excited than a hound with a bone. Hey, excuse me.
Welcome. We carry a wide range of arms and armor for our discerning martial clientele.
Howdy, friend. Mind if I pick your brain? Know any metals heat resistant and durable against impact? I'm looking for something tougher than iron.
A metal tougher than iron?
Steel?
If I did know of such a thing, I'd be a wealthy person indeed.
Figured. Thanks. I'll try elsewhere.
Hey, hold on a second, buddy. What about this? I've got crates of the stuff I could sell to you.
Oh, what is this?
It's called clockite.
Ah.
Metal whose tensile strength increases the hotter it gets.
Ah.
That makes it stronger than iron, in certain circumstances. Of course, the problem is that it's brittle at room temperature. Useless for armor or weapons.
But it's very good for something that functions
It is
at high
lighter than
temperature.
iron, however, so it's mainly used in the manufacture of clock components, hence the name.
Gets harder the hotter it gets, huh? Sounds like a good match for a boiler. Those things are always hotter than whaling peppers. I think it's worth a shot.
How he likes it. There we go. Okay, that's locked. Reduce the effect of the Neo Steam Engine, so he hates to be called. You know, it's the grandfather who completed the original steam engine, and his father who polished the basic theory behind it. You know, he's better than anyone. He's simply standing on the shoulders of giants.
That
Wow,
was very...
that's quite the legacy.
Floyd, I came by some interesting material for you.
What is it?
A metal called clockite. Brittle at room temperature, but gets tougher the hotter it gets. Or so I hear, anyway. Your engine's boilers are always jumping hot, right? Don't that make this a good fit?
Or at least a good place to start.
That's a good point. Let's give it a shot. Failure.
Oh, shucks.
You were right about this metal. In fact, it can be more durable than I had hoped.
Yeah, so it's a good place to start.
However, it's tricky to work. It shatters easily when it's cool.
But it's too hard to shape once you heat the stuff, huh?
Yep.
That is a rub, ain't it? Sorry, Floyd.
No, it's me who should be apologizing. I wish I could have made it work somehow.
Just gotta try more stuff.
Oh, rats. I thought we had it, too. I guess ideas from a layman like me ain't good enough to make this work. Oh, wait a second. What if we had an expert? I just need to bring us someone who knows their way around clockite tinkering.
There we go. Time to go hire someone.
Problem is, who'd know how to work the stuff?
Somebody who makes clocks.
A clockmaker, of course. That's their job. All right. I've got a solid lead. Now, I've just got to rustle up a clockmaker.
How impressive are these steam engines exactly? According to Mr. Rock, if it says power never seen before, his words, not mine. Never seen before, you say? What's got you brow wrinkling, Akari? strongest person in the crew is a man named Benkei. Do you think these steam engines are stronger than he? I guess a good mind, partner. The way Mr. Rock was talking, though. Sounds like just one could win a tug-of-war contest with a whole gaggle of oiled-up muscle men. So, strong as 5 Benkeis, perhaps? Nah, 10 Benkeis, easy. Astounding! Truly formidable machines.
I have...
Masterful clockmaker utilizes clock item extremely lightweight durable clocks. Then look out for new technologies, such as take great interest in the steam engine, of course. See 20% more using collect.
You're just who I've been looking for. I'm hiring you to work Clockite for us.
Oh, it's even knowing like, oh, this is a required story pickup, so we'll put your current companion on hold.
Floyd, sorry to keep you waiting.
Ah, Partitio. And this is...
Meet our clockmaker.
A clockmaker?
Clockites used to make clocks. Makes sense when you think about it, huh?
In other words, he can work the stuff.
Yep. This fella can bend that metal however you'd like. Anyway, we'll let you get to it, old-timer.
Temperature control is key to working clockite. Overall, it's quite a simple process. Watch and learn, and you'll master it in no time.
Yes, sir. We did it, Partitio!
Yep, there we go.
Oh! Ooh!
With this new process, we'll be able to mass-produce steam engines.
Looks like the world's one stop further along on the road to prosperity.
My dream is one step closer to coming true, too. It's all thanks to you, Partitio.
Oh, we're nothing. Now, let's crack open a bottle to celebrate.
See what we get.
It's been a long road.
There's been barely any combat here.
My master was the one who invented the first steam engine, you know. We hailed from a coal mining town, past its prime. Our minds had all been exhausted, and times were tough.
Just like our home.
We wanted to find a way to revitalize our dying town. That's when my master came up with the idea for the steam engine. But we didn't have the capital, and our research stalled at the development phase.
That's when Mr. Rock showed up, wasn't it?
We owe him so much. He invested in us, employed us. It's been 8 years. Now, finally, our shared dream has tangible results.
You're gonna tell him the story of our town?
I remember what you said to me, Floyd. If we can mass produce the steam engine, the world's manufacturing capability will expand tremendously. Prosperity for all, and all will benefit, you said.
I believe steam will save my hometown. and all the other places out there that share its fate.
It'd prove all your master's blood, sweat, and tears were worth it, huh? It'll happen, Floyd.
Only because of your help, Partitio. Ah, shoot. It's about time for the boss to come by for his inspection.
Oh, you're going to see Mr. Rock? Can I tag along?
Of course. I'll go on ahead.
Let's see how things...
I'll let him know you want to see him. Come by whenever you're ready.
I better go save before I head in there.
Hey there, can I have the bill? No need for change. I'm feeling generous today.
Ah. Look who's on the side of the bar. Yep, there she is. Former companion has returned. Danger level. Yep, time to go into the back door.
That steam engine we finished. It was right here. Where could it have gone? I don't see Floyd around either.
You there! What are you doing here?
Oh, hold on a sec. There's a good explanation for this.
No, there's none. Intruder! Intruder alert!
It's not even bothering.
Here I come.
You're armed with axes. You could be armed with, like, I don't know.
My turn.
Maybe some basic clubs.
Yeah. All right. Here I go.
I'm just getting warmed up.
My turn. It's over.
A little bit.
Even if I stumble, I'll get back up.
Yeah, I should pay for skills after this.
Oh, darn. Something smells fishy. Time to explore this here factory some more.
Yep, it's like pointing like, oh, go here. Go, hard worker. Here we go. Ooh.
I shall be your opponent.
That guy's familiar.
It's my turn now.
Now it begins.
My turn. A fire gift. This will
Yeehaw! Shocking, huh?
Shocking, huh?
Too obvious.
Alright, there! I did it!
Mark.
Now it... My blade sings.
There's no need for flattery.
I really
It'll
don't need
rust
to
my
do that. I
sword.
keep doing it anyways. Okay, that's cool. We're just running across rooftops.
Here I come!
We just got basic dudes.
Prepare yourself.
Sentinels.
My turn. This'll cool you down. Now then.
Bring it on.
Impressive work, Partitio.
It's over.
You kidding, Hikari?
Look at trying with your fire element is.
Sorry!
Not
I
win.
wasn't expecting that.
Oh, there's that guy.
Let's have ourselves a showdown.
Time to shine! The power of light!
Nope.
Bring it on.
Here I come.
There we go.
Here I go. An icy wind.
And I think it's dark then.
Here goes.
Time to shine!
Stick! Nope.
Here I come. The darkness approaches.
No. Are you waiting on it?
What to do, what to do. Time to shine! I can do whatever I set my mind to!
Bring it on.
Wrong one!
Shocking, huh?
My turn. I'll end this. I'm sorry.
Break bonus.
For the pride of Ku. No! You promised me! You said you'd help me bring the steam engine to impoverished towns that need it!
Perhaps we made that promise, verbally, non-binding.
Non-binding, yep.
But you haven't forgotten the contract you signed with us, have you?
Going for the contracts again.
All intellectual property rights related to the steam engine will pass to the Rock Company in return for provision of research funding. The Rock Company owns all rights to your steam engine. I'm sure our mutual boss will be delighted to hear that you've invented a better model. Nevertheless, we have no intention of letting anyone else benefit from our property. Period.
But...
Forget your silly dreams, Floyd. They're not needed here.
Silly? I won't stand for that. This research can bring prosperity to people all around the world.
Yeah, that's his money to
Technology
your pocket.
exists to make life better for people.
Freedom
That's
through
what gives
technology.
it value.
Well said, Floyd. I'm in complete agreement.
You again? This is an internal company matter. Leave.
Yeah, no.
True. I am an outsider. But I'm also Floyd's friend, so I'm gonna say my piece. Don't you dare walk all over people's dreams, especially not for personal profit.
You've made yourself very clear. I see now that you are an extremely inconvenient individual for our company.
Yep, time to fight.
So what are you gonna do about it? Whoa, howdy there, little doggy.
This is Garnet, the boss's favorite hound.
And
Garnet here has chased off everyone who interferes with our bottom line.
Wow, sounds like a faithful and true companion.
Partitio? We should run now.
Nope.
Nope, I ain't moving. Here's a bit of advice, Floyd. Sometimes you gotta fight to make your dreams come true. Come on now, doggy. I don't want to fight no doggy dog.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's how I like it.
This
Cut some wiki food.
All right.
Here I come.
Here goes. I'm just getting warmed up.
Not bad.
Prepare yourself. The darkness approaches.
Time to shine.
Stick. Nope, no stick.
My turn. Yeah. All right. It's showtime.
Oh. Oh, the fire soulstone!
Agnea. This will make it all right. I'm feeling all better.
Bring it on.
Ah,
damn it. Too obvious.
Oh, gotta be either
Now
ice
it
or lightning.
begins. How's this?
On the feet, man.
Bring it on. Shocking, huh? Nice.
Yep, there we go.
Now then. Do whatever I set mine together now. Lion dance.
Like above.
Here I come. Yeah!
My turn.
Here goes. Yeehaw! Let's do it! Chop, chop, chop!
Thanks, Partitio. Forgive me.
Here I'll end this.
And now, you're about to die.
Hienka! Who's next?
Yeah, just like the 2 strikes and like the extra turn.
For the pride of Ku.
I kind of wish like the overall sprite was a little
This
bit bigger, so it
meddling
looks
youngster
less
is
like
a
a
real
Jamie
thorn
puppy
in
and
my
actually looks like a
side.
big bulldog.
So, what are you planning to do?
Exactly what Floyd proposed. Share this here steam engine with everyone. Technology exists to make life better for people. That's what gives it value, right?
You haven't changed, Partitio.
Here's Rock.
Welcome to the Rock Company. My
Kind
company.
of monocle. Like, you are looking so dapper.
Mr. Rock. It's been a while, hasn't it? I'm here to have a word with you.
Oh, have you finally decided to join my business venture?
No, sorry. Your time's valuable, I'm sure, so I'll get right to it. Mr. Rock, you deceived us, didn't you? After you left, poverty almost brought our town to its knees. I heard the truth from Gift's own lips. He said you snuck in that extra line in the contract when we weren't looking. You were the landowner we made that deal with all along.
Yes, you got me. I lied to you and your father. I wanted that silver mine, and I was willing to do anything to get it.
Mr. Rock, I looked up to you. But it seems like you've strayed from the path of righteousness. We're merchants, so let's settle this dispute like businessmen, with a transaction. Sell me the rights to the steam engine. I'll pay whatever price you ask.
Whatever price?
What? You can't be...
Interesting proposal. I'm listening.
This here technology's an incredible thing, but monopolizing it will only bring tears. Even a merchant needs to understand that some things are more precious than money.
You don't say. Like what?
Like fighting for a better tomorrow. Things like this should be shared with the whole world. If I owned this steam engine, I wouldn't keep it to myself, that's for sure. Hear that, Floyd? That's the reason I believe in your dream.
Partitio.
You really haven't changed in the slightest.
No.
You've convinced me. Let's make a deal.
Sir, you can't mean to...
This is what I'm talking about. So,
Yeah, let's hear your stupid number.
80 billion leaves.
80 billion? That's outrageous! You could buy a kingdom with that much!
You said it yourself. This technology can make the world a better place. This seems a fair price to me.
Partitio just like, I'm up for it.
I see now. Clever as
Partitio's
always.
gonna like go for it.
I've made up my mind. It's a deal. You want 80 billion? I'll give you 80 billion.
How the hell are we gonna get 80 billion?
What?
A merchant never goes back on his word, right, Mr. Rock?
Of course. I'll write up the contract now.
And I better hold on to it.
The Rock Company agrees to sell the rights to its steam engine for 80 billion leaves. Thank you kindly.
Our contract has been made, Partitio.
Better not change the contract like you did before.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much business to attend to.
Go on. I'll bring souvenirs next time I see you. 80 billion of them.
I'm looking forward to that day.
Okay, this is gonna be kind of awesome.
I overheard it all, Partitio.
Ooh. She was sneaking in.
Yeah, hear that scrivener.
Industrial tycoon Rock Brilliant picks business fight with roustabout merchant. A fight to the tune of 80 billion leaves.
Oh my god.
This'll be on the front page of our next issue for sure. It's gonna be big. I need to tell my brother about this.
You show up in a lot of odd places, don't you?
But where will you find that much money? It sounds impossible.
I talked big back there because my blood was boiling. But there's really nothing much to do except put in the work and build up my finances.
What? It'd take hundreds of years to make that much capital.
We got plans.
I've got a hot tip for you, Partitio.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, that's so. I'll buy it.
There's a noble on the western continent that has wealth to rival even the Great Rock himself.
Yep.
Goes by the name of Alrond.
Ooh.
Lord of a town called Wellgrove.
Ah, there we go.
Well now, ain't that something? I smell a good deal. I've made up my mind. I'm going to see this Alrond.
Can I get a little thing with Rock, though? Nope. Aw, it's the kid. You like shining shoes?
Mind shining my shoes?
Yep, shining shoes.
Oh, it's the yellow guy.
We're just the yellow guy.
Hey there, son. Working hard, huh?
Sit right here. I'll shine those shoes to a sparkling sheen.
Good answer.
Yeah, I'm working hard. I've got to earn enough to feed my family.
You know, with fingers that deft, I bet you could do a whole lot of different jobs. Hey, you have anything you want to do when you grow up? Shining shoes is an honest profession, but It's hard to pay the bills with brush and wax alone.
I want to travel the world.
Ah.
I've spent my whole life in this town. That's why I want some sort of job that'd let me go places, see the sights.
That's a nice dream. A big one, too.
Yeah. Well, all polished up nice, yellow guy.
Ah, thanks, son. Now I can hit that dusty trail with my head held high. Never lose sight of your dream. You hear me? One day, I'll change this world. I'll make it a place where folk can do the jobs they want. I promise you,
I
it
love his
won't be
guitar
long.
rendition. And then the sax comes in. Oh, yep, and there we are in the paper. Breaking news! Vagrant peddler Partitio throws gauntlet at wealthy elite. Partitio announced his intent to acquire steam engine rights for 80 billion leaves. When asked for comment, Partitio responded, "Technology exists to make life better for people. That's what gives it value." Does his daring declaration have steam? Read our next issue to find out! Oh, that's cool. We got our ending piece as the newspaper. That's awesome. Scotland merchant. Ooh, how Agnea saved up 10,000 leaves. 8 billion leaves. Can't imagine what that would look like. Speaking of leaves, you saved up the money to set out on your own journey yourself, right? Mind informing me how you did it? I thought my ways could be of much use here, but first, I just helped out people in my village with chores and the like. And they thanked me. I'm so happy they were happy that, well, couldn't take the money. Yeah, things never seemed to go up. That's when Gus gave me a job at the tavern. Couldn't bear to watch me struggle. The rest of the village soon chipped in to support me too. The only reason I was able to save up enough was because of their kindness. I can't even imagine how grateful I am to them. That's such a nice story, Agnea. Ah, shucks. Partitio? This sort of thing always tugs on the heartstrings. Here, take my money, all of it. Live your dream, Agnea. Oh, but I've already got enough. You don't have to give me nothing, Partitio. Okay, that was funny. Kind of holding off an elemental barrage. Don't really need that much extra SP. $24, 26, and 35! See if we can get through Agnea's next chapter here. Let's just...
I have... Interesting.
Get that all restored.
Here. Good night.
Oh, another pretty pearl for that quest. Wow. Really go out and around. Skull helm. I only found, I guess, 2 out of 4. Yeah, and Agnea's the only one here as well. So, she was hoping to find the search of right words, the song of hope she got from Guild. I wonder if, like, the 6 little difference might mean we don't need.
I told Gil I'd find words for the song he composed, but
like,
inspiration hasn't struck me just yet. But I'm sure I'll find the words eventually.
Yeah, chapter 2
I
from
just have to keep going until I do. Now then, this town looks like a fine place to stop on my journey.
Oh, goddess, lend me your strength.
Huh?
Got the cart stuck in the sand.
Well, I'll be. Not even Tansy can budget.
This is all your fault for wanting to take a shortcut, Tansy. We wouldn't be in a rush if you hadn't overslept, Rico. We were already pressed for time because the ship was late, and now this thing won't budge.
What now?
Say, Coda, if pushing doesn't work, why don't we pull? Let's give it a try. Wait.
Oh! It's stuck even worse.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Sorry.
Improvisation! I love it! That's the true spirit of comedy.
How can you be so calm, boss? Everyone will laugh at us if we perform without our wagon and props.
Then I'll consider it a success. Not even gold shines brighter than a smile.
Ah.
Come on, there's gotta be something we can do. Oh, think. Oh, goddess, dear goddess.
This time we go lure some help.
Pardon me, but I know a way to get your wagon moving again.
Really? Are you from around here?
No, I'm just a traveler. Would you happen to have a sturdy stick lying around?
Rico, Coda, could you help this woman find what she needs?
Get some leverage.
Will this do? You can't be serious. That's Coda's flute.
Oh!
I see. Just wait right here then. I'll go find one.
Oh, time to entreat. A wooden sword. Unlikely to break easily. You're fine. Sword it up. Please take it. let's help them at night. Also, wow, that's a lot. Director Gisele's traveling troupe, physical strength, provides support for the group and is charged of keeping the eccentric stores in line. Lover passed away, now she prays this year's goddess until something happened.
Interesting.
And performer Gisele's traveling troupe and a skilled flutist. She provided Rico always in perfect harmony. Comedic dialects and music is one of the group's most popular performances.
Interesting.
Oh, come on. Actually, wait, why am I doing this? Coda. The two are not only part of the stage, but best friends as well.
That was very helpful.
Can't scan her just yet.
Now, if we just put this stick right here, and... Up you go!
Get some leverage.
We did it! Oh my goddess!
I don't know who you are, kid, but we owe you one.
Don't mention it. I learned a lot playing in the mud growing up.
Ooh.
You're stronger than you look. What's your name?
Agnea. Agnea Bristarni.
Hey, an actual last name.
Bristarni.
Yeah, it's relevant here.
Well,
your
in
mama.
any case, we owe you a
You
debt of
recognize that?
gratitude, Agnea.
Like, huh, that's familiar.
We're a roaming band of entertainers. We call ourselves Gisele's Traveling Troupe.
Whoa! That dove appeared out of thin air!
I'm glad you like it. In my eyes, not even the shine of gold compares to that of a smile.
Agnea fully agrees
That's why
with
the
that.
girls and I travel the world, hoping to make it shine. Bringing smiles to every corner of the realm. That's our motto.
How wonderful! I'm a dancer. I'm on a journey to become a star.
That's fantastic! Right, Rico? Coda?
You're a woman with dreams, Agnea. A star is someone who illuminates people's lives. She makes them smile in the best and worst of times. She's there, come rain or shine.
Agnea's found her people.
It's a feat that only those who keep getting up on stage can achieve.
Yes, ma'am.
Boss, it's almost time for rehearsal.
Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? I hope we meet again someday, my dear dreamer.
We'll be putting on a show later. If you have time, why don't you come see it?
I will.
I promise it'll make you smile.
I can't even imagine what sort of show brings smiles to every corner of the realm. I could learn a thing or two from them. I better hurry. Wouldn't want to miss it.
Nope. How fares your father back home, Agnea? He's doing just fine, thanks. I see. That's good to hear. Papa's a tailor. My sister Paula is taking to helping him out at the shop these days. I hear your father misses you dearly. Yeah, this is the first time I've been away from him, but when I become a star, I'm gonna wear the dresses he makes. I have a feeling that'll bring a smile to Papa's face. No doubt that it will, Agnea. Thanks, Ikari. Not there. Yep. What's got you all down?
What do we do now?
Uh-oh, something's up.
This is my fault. I should have been keeping an eye out.
I guess we should start looking.
Did Giselle go wandering off or something?
Oh, Agnea.
Is something wrong? What happened to your show? We have a runaway. A runaway? You mean your dove? Don't worry, I'll help you find it.
Nope.
No, it's not the dove. It's Boss. But what? What do you mean?
Sometimes her nerves get to her before a show.
The boss has stage
But we
fright.
have to bring her back. We can't perform without our leading lady.
Time to lure?
Oh, goddess.
Let me help. I don't quite understand why she's run away, but we have to find her for the audience's sake.
Thank you, Agnea.
Thank you!
Make it Jake. This way. Is she on the island over there? Oh my god, she's like all huddled up. Wow, this is just some serious stage fright.
Giselle, there you are.
She literally went to a little island.
If it isn't the dreamer.
Isolated as she can get.
Your troop said you ran away. Did something happen?
It all disappeared. Every line I was supposed to say just vanished. My mind went completely blank during rehearsal. Imagine if that happened in a real performance. It's happened before, and every time, I just ran away. I'm not meant for the stage anymore. My life as a performer is over.
Giselle. But what about your audience? They've been looking forward to your show.
I envy the sea. It has no worries. It feels no pain. It must be nice, not being swayed by anyone. Sometimes I wish I could just sink to the bottom of the ocean and rest there peacefully, like a seashell.
Here we go. If you prepare performers, you place the lead role in a production is known for theatrical and music matters in front of stage. Yep. Hills him. Yep.
Giselle, you said you wanted to be a seashell, right? But you can't. You can't just go giving up like that.
Given up?
Life ain't always easy. Everybody knows that. But making people smile? That's why you and I live and breathe.
Agnea. Oh! What happened to your feet? They've got calluses all over.
Her dancing
Don't
practice.
tell me. You got all those from dancing? I can't imagine how much that hurt. And at your tender age.
Like you can just see the
These
calluses.
are nothing. They were worth it to bring smiles to people's faces. So chin up, Giselle. even if you forget your lines, you just learn them again. Believe in yourself. You can do anything you set your mind to. A star is someone who illuminates people's lives, right? So even if you stumble, you just have to get back on your feet.
Just get back on your feet, huh?
It's high time you came out of your shell, Giselle. Besides, you're not a seashell. You're a shiny pearl. And I think the world could use your radiance.
Agnea. You're right. I have to get back on my feet.
That's the spirit. Now let's go.
Armando! Agnea, trusting your legs for a moment? Of course. If this might be the case, you've been putting far too much strain on them. You need to take proper care of your legs. They carry you everywhere, after all. You're right! Let me apply some balm to help them heal. Thank you, Castti! I'll always be in tip-top shape for dancing with you around. But I can't help but wonder if I took, like the two parties I made and switch Octopath and Castti, I'd have the light-hearted party and the serious party.
While journeying across the land with our trusty wagon, we arrived here on Tropu Hopu. We've come to shine upon the flowers in your hearts, that they may bloom into smiles. We are Giselle's traveling troupe, bringing smiles to every corner of the realm.
Yay!
I can't thank you enough, Agnea. You helped us get our wagon out of the mud and even helped Boss find her courage again.
I'm sorry. I got worked up, so I might have gotten a little carried away.
You don't need to apologize. We're grateful to you.
Come on, Agnea, get on stage!
She puts on quite the show, doesn't she?
On stage!
She sure does.
Boss's bad habit of running away had our troop constantly on the move.
Ooh.
But when she stands upon that stage, she shines brighter than anyone. What sort of spell did you cast on her, Agnea?
The talk no
I've
jutsu.
never seen her this radiant before. Praise be the goddess for this day.
Thank you, thank you. It warms my heart to see you all smile like this. Now then, there's someone I'd like to introduce to you all.
Yes, here we go, here we go.
I owe a great deal to her for setting me on the right path. Please welcome Agnea, the traveling dancer.
Me?
Ta-da!
That's your cue.
Show us a dance, will you?
If you insist. Watch me shine.
If indeed make the words for Song of Hope. Just toasting up some barrels.
I want to thank everyone for our successful show tonight, and Agnea for touching my heart.
Your heart?
I can say without a doubt that you'll bring happiness to people the world over.
Do you really think so?
I agree. You're going to be a star someday.
Speaking of stars, that reminds me of Dulcinea.
Yep.
I think Agnea here can outshine even that superstar.
Oh, we will. We see just what kind of dark
You've got a
stuff
real
really is.
talent for making people
What
smile.
kind of shadows just like linger into her bright light.
I don't know what to say.
You gotta control her like slip down.
We have to, for the Grand Gala.
The Grand Gala?
Yep.
It's the greatest festival on the Eastern continent. Entertainers and dancers from all across the realm gather there. Standing upon that stage is the greatest honor there is for performers like us.
Yeah, cause I've been there. I realized, oh yeah, that's where we're going at the end.
That sounds like a dream come true. Well, my mind's made up. I'm going to that gala.
Going there directly, or we got somewhere else to go first?
You too, Agnea?
I just have a feeling that I need to be there if I'm going to be a star. Which is why I have to go. Woohoo!
I remember now why your name sounds so familiar.
You know, our
You've
mama.
got the same last name as Kwani Bristani, the star from the west.
You knew my mother?
Da, da, da.
I see. So you're her daughter. I heard about her when I went to the town of Sai in the west for a show.
Ah, there we go.
They said she danced there about 20 years ago. She was well loved by everyone, just like you.
I had no idea. I think I'd like to see this town for myself. I might be able to learn something about my mother there.
Yeah, I'm like wondering where
There's
we're going to
still
go
time
next.
before the gala this year. It might not be a bad idea to pay that place a visit.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool we had a
I believe I
non-combat
will.
chapter.
Thank you, Giselle.
Agnea, you gave me more courage than I've ever had before. But I haven't been able to give anything to you in return.
Giselle, that's not true. You've all given me so much.
Again, we're just making choices.
That's so? Then I'm happy. Good luck on your journey, Agnea. No matter what happens, keep smiling. If you do, happiness is sure to find you.
Those are beautiful words. Would you mind if I use them in a song?
It'd be my honor.
Boss, we're ready to go!
Looks like this is goodbye for now, Agnea. May the goddess be with you.
See you! Safe travels, everyone. I'll see you at the Grand Gala.
I look forward to it already.
Just please don't run away this time, boss.
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. And even if I stumble, I just have to get back on my feet. Right, Agnea?
Right.
Agnea set her sights on a new goal, performing at the Grand Gala. She believes her dancing upon the stage there will lead her to stardom. A fateful meeting of Giselle's traveling troupe provides her with a verse to the Song of Hope. Before the gala, she decides to visit her town her mother once danced in. Chapter 3 end. Two in the mid 20s, and then some in the high 30s. Yeah, after like Winter Bloom and Hikari's one, because like Hikari's like next chapter is going to be here in Stormhail, or have to take care of Clan May. Curious what's next for Castti after we like finish her split as well. I'll have to honestly figure it out tomorrow. I think honestly what I want to actually do instead is get those chapter 1s. Oh, got some banter. This meat is so delicious! Oh, Chet, a pure carnivorous diet isn't good for you. You need to eat your vegetables, too. I will. There's only room after the meat, that is. Hey, now. Young cowgirl like you can't be picky about food if you want to grow up to be big and strong. You sound just like my parents. Give me no choice. Bartender, might I use the kitchen? Mama? Here, special stew made of medicinal herbs. Wow, it smells delicious! Use these herbs when concocting medicines. They're also good to eat on their own. This is incredible! I can eat this every day! Thanks, Cassie. I haven't had a meal this good in a while. This dish is tastier than a tater pot. You use your ingredients like a master. Where'd you learn to cook like this? Taught myself. Decided to learn after examining a patient one day. Notice people you recover faster or slower based on their diet. Vegetables and medicinal herbs are essential to our health. I'm sure there are lots of folks out there who can't stand vegetables, though. You're right. That doesn't mean they taste bad. You can make a delicious dish with any vegetable or herbs as long as you cook it right. When you do, you can enjoy a tasty, healthy meal. I guess that means you're healing people from the inside out, too. Guess you could say that. Look out to everyone, just like your mother hen, Castti. Also along here, I can quickly go to the item shop. Pick up Throne Steam. Oswald and Partitio arrive in the metropolis of Delta. The city is unlike anything I've experienced before. Only wonder what lies in store for them. I wonder if there's anything to do with that telescope there.
Look here, partner. The whole place is wild as an unbroken horse.
The raw energy is incomparable to anything I felt in prison. And the air, it's so fresh.
Smells like a deal to me. I bet you can't help but trip over opportunity in a town like this.
That's not
well,
good.
He certainly tripped over something.
Hey, what's the matter, fella?
I am a scholar.
Yay.
But I am soon to starve and become a useless lump of meat.
Ouch.
Well, we can't have that now, can we? Here, have a bite of this bread.
Oh, my savior. You have saved me. Yes, thanks to you, I can continue my scholarly pursuits. Good gracious. This is my first meal in 3 days, 9 hours, and 23 minutes.
Jeez, man.
Now, hang on. You telling me you were counting minutes even as you were dying of hunger?
Yep.
It is in a scholar's nature to keep records, no matter how dire the situation. Isn't that right, Regulus?
Oswald? It is you, isn't it?
He recognizes us.
Huh? You two know each other?
We were friends in our academy days. It has been quite some time. We'd frequently bring the fruits of our research to bear in our spirited discussions.
So then, what brought you here?
Procuring research materials, old fellow. For hold your applause, earth-shattering invention.
Oh, sounds nice. What is it?
Most curious. Shall we talk it over?
Telescope?
Oh, how this takes me back, Oswald. Let us do so, over drinks. If we're in agreement, well, I shall go right on ahead. To the stars.
To the stars.
To which we mere mortals turn our gaze and use to delineate our dreams. Though they are far, far beyond our grasp. And so, I have devised a device that will allow us to bring them right before our eyes. I call it the astronomical telescope.
There's the telescope.
Hoo-wee!
The stars have been humanity's guide since time immemorial. They know the truth of this world. But I shall be the one to lay their mysteries bare.
You haven't changed a bit, Regulus.
Golly, that there's one astronomical-sized dream. Well, go on. Show us this telescope of yours, Regulus.
You've piqued my interest as well. Is it complete?
Nope.
It will be soon. Rather, it was supposed to be.
Supposed to be?
Yeah, if only I had hit it big at the game parlor, I would have secured the last of my funds.
Ouch. Gambled for it.
You don't mean.
The odds were ever in my favor, but the stars abandoned me in my hour of need.
But the game parlor is rigged, you know.
You just misread your odds. Betting is a simple matter of probability.
Oh, time to go card counting?
You've always had an exceptionally keen mind, but you're a fool when it comes to money.
I see you have not mellowed with age.
Say, Regulus, how much coin you got in those pockets of yours?
None.
This is all I have to my name.
Yep, you sure are hard up.
You were hoping we'd treat you to food and drinks from the start, weren't you?
Yep.
Oh, hell, you got me all riled up now. What say you give me that coin? Invest this coin in me, and I reckon I can get you everything you need for your telescope.
No, don't encourage.
My savior. We need 3 components in order to complete my astronomical telescope. A metalworking tool, a mirror, and a precision lens. Partitio here shall control all the funds.
Yep, that's good.
Yep, leave it to me, friend. I'll get you what you need.
I shall await you in the square in front of the theater. I pray to the stars for your every success.
You'll get no help from me. Indulging him never ends well.
I love that.
Well, all right then. Was me that got the boasting anyhow. Now, I'd best get to negotiate.
$600. This gave us buckets for calves.
Thank you kindly.
I didn't even realize they had this. Yep. Fine. Let's see.
Thank you kindly.
So we're just gonna find a 50 least piece of metalworking. Oh, a little bit more. You set 600. We paid 750.
Thank you kindly. Like taking candy from a baby. I got all 3 pieces. Time to head on over to Regulus at the square in front of that theater. How'll this do you, Regulus?
Oh. You are truly a god among mortals. A messiah, come to save this world.
Sure.
That's taking it a bit too far, ain't it?
I'll surely be able to assemble the telescope with these parts. Thank you ever so much. I cannot waste another second. The time has come to seal myself in my laboratory. You may find me in Montwise. Do drop by if you happen to pass through. And once my telescope is complete, we can stare the mysteries of the night sky right in the eye. Ha 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 ha!
Oh, the mysteries of the night sky, huh? That gets me all excited.
Then perhaps we shall pay him a visit soon. Just keep your expectations low.
Yep. Okay, let's see what's next. What are you two up to? I'm okay with going a little bit over for this. Oh. Castti and Partitio arrived in the lively village of Cropdale. Beeston catches a whiff of something delicious. The two follow her nose to a merchant's stall.
Wow, a lot of people here.
It is a lively little village. They say it's famous for peaches and raspberry pie.
Fruit. Yeah, I'll stick with meat.
A purely carnivorous diet isn't good for you. Everything in balance, all in moderation.
Castti, you sound like my mother. Hey, something smells good.
Welcome, travelers. Care to try Cropdale's new delicacy? Door on a stick.
Yeah, because we took care of the door.
Yes, meat! Real meat!
Oh, Chet, manners. May we have one skewer, please?
Enjoy.
Oh, I will! Thanks!
Save some for me, Chet.
Ugh, this is gross. Excuse me. This meat tastes weird.
Sorry about that. Not much I can do when it gets that old. Takes a whole garden of herbs just to cover the smell.
Why do you go to such lengths to make old meat edible?
Hunting's been bad lately. We can't get anything fresher. I've hunted these parts for years, but I've never seen it like this.
Huh. Maybe we'll go take a look at the forest while we're here.
Oh, we're actually gonna have...
You're a hunter too, Missy. That'd be a big help. The forest just past the village. Good luck. You'll need it.
Leave it to me.
You mustn't overextend yourself, Chet.
Yes, Ma.
I like how she just calls her mom. This is how this... Oh, that place! Like, I wandered through there. That's actually... Yeah, I was not expecting to actually do combat, so maybe it actually would be better to just, leave it here for now. Oh! Hey, there we go. Oh, here's the sister. Rough everyday personality makes Tika's work at cooking, cleaning, and laundering clothes a bother. This is her sister. Showing the exception, however, demonstrates an otherworldly concentration helping her father with his tailoring work.
That was very helpful.
Okay. So definitely, probably go out to all the other towns, surrounding towns. Pick up all the music there. So tomorrow, we'll go through here, and I'll literally only be fighting the battles that are required of me. Don't want to unbalance levels too much. That's actually why I put Agnea back in, so just they can let us catch up a little bit to Hikari. Hikari falls behind again, well, he gets challenged. And then tomorrow we'll do a little bit of grinding to get into the mid-20s. There's definitely also dungeons around I can do that I can just... I can also try to get to the shrines. We'll see. Till then, this has been Avenger Advent. I stream every day here on Twitch starting at 6 o'clock p.m. U.S. Central Time. And join me tomorrow for more Octopath Traveler 2 on Nintendo Switch. Till then, good everybody.